Can you put a price on seeing something with fresh eyes? When you're totally stuck, when you just want someone else to take a look. It's rare for a tool to make me say, wow. Glancing into this one the first time will literally take your breath away. It has the ability to magnify an object and project a fully 3D representation directly into your eyes. It's so unique, 3D isn't even the right term to fully capture the experience. Let's take a look at this Vision Engineering Mantis microscope. I'm Hash, this is the Richessum Reverse Engineering channel, and I'd like to thank Vision Engineering for loaning me this Mantis microscope. They didn't sponsor the video, but they did send me this thing, which is quite expensive as you'll see, so that I could borrow it for a while and take a look at it, and they've been fairly generous with the loan. So while these opinions are my own, they did allow me to borrow this, and it's pretty awesome, so I generally only have positive opinions about it. Now what this thing is an eyepieceless microscope. So essentially the same way you would put your eyes up to a microscope to look through, this you do just by looking inside of this screen right here. And by putting your face right up to it, you actually see the things appear. It's projecting that right into your eyes. Now everything you need to operate it is right at your fingertips. From the lighting to control for either side, you can adjust the brightness. Even from the bottom, you can illuminate things and put a piece of glass there in place of this black plastic. The magnification can be adjusted by rotating the turret through different objectives you choose when you purchase it. They're easy to install and remove, and compared to traditional objectives, they're quite a bit bigger. Now focus is adjusted by rotating this knob in the back, and that moves the whole head up and down. And so something to keep in mind is that as you move the whole head up and down, where you're going to need to sit is going to move up and down. So this desk, and how I've used it, is on a desk where you can adjust the height. And so I can actually, depending on the size of the object I place underneath there, I can adjust the height of the desk so that the microscope, when it's adjusted, is right at eye level, and then I'm sitting very comfortably in front of it. And comfort is a big part of the selling point of this microscope. Because you're not hunched over with your eyes pressed up against a traditional microscope, you're able to just sit upright and look in the thing. So you want to kind of take comfort into all aspects of it, not just the microscope itself. Make sure it's on an adjustable height work area, your chair is adjustable height, and so then as you are in a kind of work environment, you can fully take advantage of the comfort level that this provides. Now speaking of that, what can you use it for? Let's take a look. So the Mantis is set up here with a board underneath it, and I'm going to put some different devices underneath there and show you what it's like to sit there, look through the microscope, and work on it. Now, the microscope has a USB camera in it, this Pixo version, and I have it running to this little Windows box back here. And then I'm remote desktoped into it right here so you can see the camera feed that comes out of it. I think I'll try removing a surface mount part using a hot air gun on here and pull it off, and I'll be sitting right here looking in right there into the microscope and doing my work. And so I'll show you what it's like through a few different angles working on something underneath here. You'll notice, like I said, a really long working distance. I mean, even with this board sitting there with those large capacitors on it, it has no problem clearing the objectives. So let me sit down and show you what it's like. Okay, so when you sit down, you're just right in front of it like this, and you can squeeze these two little tabs, or just one or the other, and move the board around to find something you want to work on. I think I want to remove this crystal that's right here, this oscillator, using the hot air rework station. Pretty easy to find a spot to prop underneath here. Just move this all around. You get this cool view right through here where you can actually look down and see the board, and then look right back up and you're in this magnified zone. So they really thought through a lot of the workflow that you would go through with this thing. And it's nice that it's so far away from your face because you're not having to breathe all that crap, but you can still see it perfectly. Oh, I can already see the flux bubbling underneath there. Yeah, I mean, working with this thing is so nice. And it's so intuitive too. Even though my hands are very far away from my face, I can't see anything. Operating underneath here is so simple. Now here's that view, but through the eyepiece. You can see as I move it around, you're able to look around a little bit. And that really is the cool part. There is a sweet spot right here in the center. And so when you move to the side, you'll kind of see it go black basically. And so that's how you're able to kind of keep your head centered, is everything looks great and there's no edges or black that's there. Super easy to operate under though. Let's switch gears to watches a little bit. Take a look at something mechanical. The first thing you notice is the depth of field is incredible on this thing. Like you can see gears all the way down through to the top, even though we're magnified. And the same thing, manipulating things underneath here is super easy. Even to watching this little axle rotate there. You can look at the very top of the metal, and then go down right through to even look through the jewel and see the mechanism rotating down below. This is cool because you can see right now we see a little reflection, but you see how we can see through this? You can see right to the board down there. And that is super handy for just sitting here in the chair and positioning things, your tools underneath there. Really thought of everything. Okay, but who is Vision Engineering? Let's take a look at the company a little bit and see what led to this magnificent microscope. So it was founded by a guy named Rob Freeman. And the story goes that Rob was a mechanic or a tool maker, somehow related to Jaguar Engineering. And he got tired of having to take engines apart or help people take engines apart to inspect the internals. So he created a borescope. And this kind of work with optics triggered him to want to do more with optics. And so he founded a company, Vision Engineering. Now, between the founding of Vision Engineering and this eyepieceless microscope, about 30 years goes by where they're making other things. And so in 1994, they come up with this. Now, funny enough, when I was signing the kind of agreement to actually have this thing be sent to me so that Vision Engineering would loan it to me, one of the caveats in there was that I'm not allowed to take it apart or reverse engineer it, which means they obviously must have been watching the YouTube channel. So this thing has been intact despite the burning urge to take it apart. Okay, so I came over to this T Equipment website and I added all the items to a cart that make up this microscope that you see. The head, the Stabilis stand with this adjustable movable plate right here, and the 3 different objectives, 4, 8, and 15 times. And you can see at about $10,500 without tax and shipping, It's not really a weekend warrior kind of purchase. Although if you have the cash, you'll not regret buying one of these things and the experience you have and anyone that you ever have come and look through it with you. Now, to me, the Mantis is vastly superior to a traditional microscope when it comes to seeing things, from a new angle, a new way, something different about it. And every day I wake up and look in the mirror, this gray hair is a reminder that I don't have 2-3 years at a whack to see things with fresh eyes. Now, speaking of seeing things differently, I think it's fun because I have this YouTube channel that as I make discoveries and I publish them, sometimes I publish videos where I haven't quite made the discovery. And back in 2022, I shared a video of trying to access or get access to the firmware inside of a smart meter. And it's using an ARM processor, and that SAM4C32, I was trying to wire up to the smart meter board basically some infrastructure so that I could perform what's called a voltage fault injection attack against this chip. And the chip being still on the smart meter board meant that there's a lot of stuff still going on, other signals, things trying to talk to it, and it didn't allow me to get the information I need. You fast forward to 2025, and there's a video of me breaking into this ARM processor, the exact same one, but this time, as opposed to taking forever and ever, it only took me a couple days to break into this thing. And so what had happened? And then we have the smart meter from the last video. This one has the Atmel SAM processor on it, the ARM chip. I've removed it from there and put it onto the test board. This will go in here and is how we'll extract the firmware. This is a blank one that I bought and built a separate board so I could put some test firmware on it first. Once a attack is perfected, then I'll use this chip. Now all of this goes over to the computer here where we're running a Jupyter notebook, and we can receive these signal traces from the chip whisper and analyze them. Now to me the question is, how do you put a value on that? How do you put a value on seeing something in a different way, but in the moment? So not having to wait years in between, and having a way that you can take a look at something that's giving you a challenge, but in a different way right now. Now, one last time, I'd like to thank Vision Engineering for sending me this Mantis microscope to check out. If you like optics related things, I have a jeweler's loop video I recently posted and an automated stage with an Microscope microscope to image silicon, so you can probably see those right up here. If you have projects you'd like to share with people, there's a Discord channel for Richessum, a wiki where you can post your own write-ups, and all that is available down in the description along with a link to Vision Engineering's website. Now if you want to support the Richessum YouTube channel, get some access to early stuff, some behind the scenes things I don't post on YouTube, head over to Patreon and support us there. And thanks for watching.